Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking through some player props that I like over on Prizepicks for today's MLB slate on Tuesday, August the 19th. Got a full slate of games on Tuesday, guys. Taco Tuesday on Prizepicks. Got some early player props I like for today. Taking a first look at the board on Monday night. Going to give you guys 3 early plays I like taking a first look at the board. As always, we're going to break down these plays and we're going to share why I like them. Now, before we do get started, make sure that you guys hit that like button down below. If you enjoyed these Prizepicks videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. And if you guys are new to the channel and if you are new to Prizepicks, if you don't have a Prizepicks account, make sure to go sign up. Use that promo code NOAH when you do sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code. Play $5, you're going to get $50 worth of free lineups instantly added to your account. Use those free lineups that Prizepicks gives you. Hopefully you'll win some money off those lineups and you can start to build up that bankroll. But again, guys, sign up with code NOAH if you don't have an account on Prizepicks yet. And then I do also want to give a quick shout out to Sleeper. We do have a partnership with Sleeper as well. You guys can go download the Sleeper app, use promo code NOAH over there. You'll get your first deposit matched up to $100. So whatever you put in on your first deposit, Sleeper will match it up to $100. If you want to deposit $100, they'll give you an additional $100 to play with. You don't have to deposit $100, but to get the biggest bonus, obviously you would deposit, the most money, $100. But you can deposit, $50, they'll give you a $50 bonus. You can deposit $25, they'll give you a $25 bonus. It's just a 100% match on that first deposit. Again, when you sign up with code NOAH. If you guys don't know what Sleeper is, they're just a DFS pick'em app. They're very similar to Prizepicks. You pick more or less on player projections. You build out your lineup. You can do up to an 8-pick lineup on Sleeper. Went up to 100 extra money. You can mix and match sports as well. It's a lot of fun. We got football coming up this weekend. We got some college football games this weekend. Obviously, NFL's around the corner, so you can do like multi-sport lineups. You could do a couple of college football plays, some NFL plays, some MLB plays, whatever you want to do. But again, guys, use that code NOAH if you don't have an account over on Sleeper. But before we talk through our props for today, on Tuesday, I want to recap our plays from Monday's video. So we gave 3 picks on Monday. It was unfortunately not a good day for us. We went 1 and 2. We hit 1 play, but we missed on 2 others. The 2 plays that missed, sadly, were Kevin Gausman over 5.5 strikeouts. Felt really good about that play. Liked that prop a lot, but Gausman kind of struggled on Monday night. Didn't pitch that well. Had 4 strikeouts through, I think he pitched 5 innings, had 4 strikeouts. And then the other play we missed on was Ohtani over 10.5 fantasy score. Really like that spot for Ohtani. Like that spot a lot for the Dodgers on Monday night. Thought they were in a prime spot to score a lot of runs, but didn't work out that way. They only scored 3 runs. Ohtani had 8 fantasy points. Didn't come through for us, sadly, but we're gonna get back at it here for Tuesday, guys, and let's hope that we can bounce back, hit all 3 of these plays for this slate on Tuesday. So, looking at the plays I like for today, the first one that we're going to talk about is going to be a hits allowed prop. And we're going to take Jake Irvin for more than 5.5 hits allowed. Now, as you can see over his recent 5 games, Irvin has been giving up a lot of hits, gave up 6 hits to the Reds, only 5 to the Twins, but that was a decent matchup. I mean, the Twins offense has not been very good lately. But then he gave up 8 to the Brewers, 8 to the Giants, 7 to the Royals. Now Irvin is in another spot where I think he's probably going to give up some hits here going up against the Mets. The Mets have been a good offense against right-handed pitching this season. If you look at their stats this season against right-handed pitching, the Mets, I believe, are just out. I think they're just outside the top 10 in average. Let's see. They rank, where are they at? The Mets rank. Okay, so the Mets actually this season I'm looking at right-handed pitching, my bad. So let me sort it to right-handed pitching. I was looking at left-handed pitching. So yeah, against right-handed pitching, they rank 13th, so they've been about middle of the pack. The Mets are batting .250 against right-handed pitching. However, if you do look at a recent sample, the Mets have been hitting the ball well lately against right-handed pitching. Over the last 30 days, they have the 8th best average, .263 against right-handed pitching. And then if you look at the last 2 weeks, the last 14 days, the Mets have the 5th best average, .278 against right-handed pitching. So the Mets have been a solid offense against righties this year, especially as of late. Irvin has been pretty bad this season. You look at his expected average, .278 expected average, which ranks in the 15th percentile. Also ranks bottom 10% in the league in expected ERA, 5.37. So Irvin's giving up hits, giving up runs this year. He's also a very low strikeout guy. And if we're looking at a hits allowed prop, anytime I'm taking an over on a pitcher's hits allowed. You prefer to have a pitcher, you prefer that it be a pitcher that doesn't get strikeouts, because if they're not getting strikeouts, that means balls are going to be put in play. And this season, Irvin has had a very low strikeout rate, 15.5%, which I believe that's the lowest of his career. He's been in the league for 2 or 3 years now. This is his third season. That's by far his lowest strikeout rate of his career. Also giving up a 47.3% hard hit percentage this year. So he's been giving up a lot of hard hits. I think it's just a tough spot for Irvin going up against a Mets offense that has a lot of good hitters. Lindor, Soto, Pete Alonso, Nimmo, like a lot of guys at the top of that lineup that not only hit right-handed pitching well, but they're also guys that don't strike out a lot. They're going to put the ball in play. So this definitely sets up as a spot where Irvin probably gives up some hits, continues to struggle. Like him for more than 5.5 hits allowed. And then our next two props we're going to look at are going to be hitter fantasy score props, and we're going to do a two-man stack here where we take two hitters on the same team. And for those of you that don't know, taking hitters on the same team that is positive correlation. So Prizepicks knows this. They're going to lower the payout when you take hitters on the same team. But in scenarios where you have teams score, if you're taking overs, and teams go out there and score 6, 7, 8 runs, it's going to obviously mean a lot of the hitters on that team are going over their fantasy scores. And then vice versa, if teams only score 1 or 2 runs, there's a good chance a lot of the hitters on their team are going under their fantasy score lines. But I think there's a team that's in a good spot to score some runs tonight. It's the Yankees. And I like two hitters in this spot specifically, Aaron Judge and Jazz Chisholm. We're going to take both of them over their fantasy score lines, 7.5 for Judge, 5.5 for Jazz Chisholm. And even with you taking two hitters on the same team, it does reduce your payout a little bit, but it doesn't reduce it by much. Normally, a 3-pick power lineup on Prizepicks pays out 6x. When you take two hitters on the same team, it still pays out 5.75x. So you're not getting much of a payout deduction there. Still think this slip type pays out well for the correlation that you get. And looking at this matchup for the Yankees, they're going to be going up against Shane Baz. And Shane Baz this year, he's been okay. He's not been great. He's been okay. But he's been really bad at home. And it makes sense for Baz to struggle at home because the Rays this season, they're playing in a very hitter-friendly ballpark. They're actually playing in a minor league ballpark. The Athletics are doing the same thing. They're playing in a minor league ballpark as well. And we've seen the Athletics ballpark play very hitter-friendly this year. That's been the case with the Rays ballpark, playing very hitter-friendly. And if you look at Baz at home this season, 6.54 ERA, giving up a 274 average, 342 on base percentage, 484 slug at home. Whereas on the road, only a 3.52 ERA, 232 average allowed, 310 on base percentage, 392 slug. So it's been pretty drastic home and road splits for Shane Baz this year. Just been a lot worse at home in that hitter-friendly ballpark. And the Yankees hitters, we know this is a lineup that is dangerous, has a lot of power. I know the Yankees have kind of been slumping as of late, but Aaron Judge in this spot I do like quite a bit. Shane Baz, if you look at his pitch mix, he is a heavy fastball guy. He throws his fastball almost 50% of the time. He's throwing it about 45% of the time this season. And there's probably not a better fastball hitter in the league than Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge this season against fastballs, 355 average, 897 slug. Pretty sure it's either him or Ohtani, maybe Juan Soto, like one of those three guys have been like the best fastball hitters. I think it's Judge. I'm pretty sure it's Judge. Like Judge has been a great fastball hitter this year. It's a great matchup for him facing a pitcher that relies heavily on his fastball. It's also a great hitter's park. And if you like to look at BVP stats, for what it's worth, Aaron Judge has faced Shane Baz. He's faced him 8 times. He's 3 for 8 with a home run off Baz, if you want to factor that in. I don't think that means really much at all, but did want to mention it for those that care. And then looking at Jazz Chisholm, been playing well lately over this fantasy score line in 4 of his last 5 games for what it's worth. Also a guy that hits fastballs really well. You look at Jazz Chisholm this year against fastballs, not hitting for as much average. Jazz is more of like he's kind of a boom bust type of guy. Like he doesn't hit for average, but he has a lot of power. Only hitting 244 against fastballs, but he's slugging 533. So he's hitting for a lot of power. And then I did want to mention that Shane Baz's second most used pitch is his curveball. He's throwing his curveball about 27% of the time. And Jazz Chisholm is a great curveball hitter. This year against curveballs, 333 average and a 667 slug. So I think this does set up as a pretty good spot for Jazz as well. And one thing that is worth noting on Prizepicks with fantasy score, you do get points for stolen bases. Stolen bases are worth 5 points each. They're very crucial. Like getting steals is huge for fantasy score. And Jazz Chisholm has been stealing a ton of bases as of late. Over his last 6 games, I believe he's stolen, I think, 8 bases. 3, 4, 5, 7. So he's stolen 7 bases over his last 6 games. He's just been running wild on the bases. Like, anytime Jazz gets on base right now, he's looking to steal. On the season, he's stolen 21 bases. So not only does he give you a ton of power, he's got 21 home runs. Definitely could, hit a home run here. I'm not saying he will, but he could. But also, he gives you that stolen base upside. So if Jazz gets walked or if he gets a single, there's a chance he could steal second base. And just like that, he's cashed his fantasy score. So this is a good spot for the Yankees to put up some runs. I think it's a good matchup specifically for Aaron Judge and Jazz Chisholm. Like both of them over their fantasy score lines. 7.5 for Judge, 5.5 for Chisholm. So that'll do it, guys, for our 3 plays for today. For Tuesday, we're going to take Jake Irvin for more than 5.5 hits allowed. Aaron Judge, more than 7.5 hitter fantasy score. And Jazz Chisholm, more than 5.5 hitter fantasy score. So let's see if we can go 3-0 here. Hit all 3 of these plays for Tuesday, guys. As always, appreciate you watching these Prizepicks videos. Make sure to hit that like button down below if you enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe button as well. And be sure to go sign up for Prizepicks. Use that promo code NOAH. When you do, when you play $5, you'll get $50 worth of free lineups instantly added to your account. So check out Prizepicks if you have not yet. But good luck as always, guys. Let's win some money tonight, and I'll see you in the next video.